G'day cocktail lovers. When I look for new cocktails, often the name of a cocktail will grab my attention first before I even know what the ingredients are. I guess that's why bartenders go to so much trouble to come up with names for cocktails, because that's what first gets your attention in many cases. This one, no exception. This was called the Pastry War Margarita, and I thought, there's got to be a story behind that. And there is. There was literally a pastry war in Mexico. The Pastry War of 1838 to 1839 was fought between France and Mexico. All started because a French bakery owner said local Mexican officers had damaged his place, and it turns out there was a lot of complaints from foreign nationals about civil unrest and damage to their property, and they were going to sue them for reparations. I assume the Mexican authorities said go to hell. French took it so seriously, they actually got ships into the harbour and bombarded this city. And there was eventually a peace deal, compensation was paid, but people will start wars over anything. Someone messed up my shop, let's bomb this city. But that brief war was the inspiration for the name of this cocktail, and this has some interesting elements you don't usually get in a margarita. I'm guessing the recipe is designed to suggest pastry. I don't know how well it's done it. Let's give it a taste and see. Oh, it's certainly an agreeable drink. There's some Mezcal in here, and that's really coming through. Just a small amount of Mezcal is having a big influence on here. I don't know, I think this is a very interesting variation on a margarita. Here's how we make it. In a shaker, put 1 ounce or 30 mils of Reposado tequila, then half an ounce or 15 mils of Mezcal, follow that with half an ounce or 15 mils of amaro Montenegro, then half an ounce or 15 mils of Elderflower liqueur, and then we're doing half an ounce or 15 mils of lime juice. As an optional extra, you can put a couple of drops of saline solution in there. Add ice to your shaker, shake that good and hard for 10 or 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and then strain it into a chilled coupe. You could go with some traditional margarita garnishes if you like a lime wedge or a salt rim or some combination of those. I didn't do a lime wedge because honestly the price they are at the moment, that would be as expensive as the booze elements in the drink. Well, maybe not quite, but they're expensive. So I'm not that keen on just using a wedge as a garnish at the moment. Seems a tad pricey. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm having it sans garlic. Sans garlic. That's the French thing getting into my head. I don't think the Mexicans want me using French language anyway. I'm doing it without a garnish. It's quite an enjoyable drink. Earthiness from that Mezcal. The amaro is a very interesting addition. And of course, the bartender's ketchup, or tomato sauce, as we'd say in Australia. An elderflower liqueur. Most people seem to think that brightens up any drink, and it does a pretty good job here. So yeah, if you're a margarita fan and you're looking for a variation, I definitely recommend you try this. The Pastry War Margarita. Cheers!